Now this is third scene of Act 4. The setting is the North Parade. Sir Lucius O'Trigger, he comes on the stage first. Sir Lucius, I wonder where this Captain Absolute hides himself. Upon my conscience, these officers are always in one's way in the affairs. It seems that Sir Lucius O'Trigger doesn't recognize Captain Absolute, and he doesn't know that he is also the friend of Bob Acres. And it seems through his dialogue that he has no good opinion about officers in army, because this is captain in the army, and he thinks that the captains or army officers, they always come in between the love affairs of others. So he thinks in that way, he alleges them that he is guilty of disturbing the couple, Bob Acres actually. I remember I might have married Lady Dorothy Carmen. He is also sharing his own story. If I had not been for a little rogue of a major who ran away with her before she could get a sight of me. So what happened with him? He also wanted to love another woman, Dorothy Carmen, but she ran away with a major. What does mean actually? It means that the majors, captains or army officers, they are favorite of women, ladies at that time, na? So they used to be quite attractive and fascinating. That's why the ladies of the time wish to love and marry them. So whenever the example came from officers in army, they always won that affair. And I wonder too what it is the ladies can see in them to be so fond of them, unless it be a touch of the old serpent in them that makes the little creatures be caught like vipers with a bit of red cloth. Ha! Isn't this the captain coming? Faith it is. There is a probability of succeeding about the fellow that is mighty provoking. Who the devil is he talking to? Now Captain Absolute is coming on the stage, and Sir Lucius O'Trigger was waiting for his arrival, and he was also not happy with these captains or majors in the army because they always won their affairs. So that's why there was a bit of jealousy also. No? He was envious to the captain. When captain comes, to what fine purpose I have been plotting, a noble reward for all my schemes upon my soul. He was coming to the stage, but his intention was not to talk to the Sir Lucius O'Trigger. He was himself engrossed in his own thought. What was he thinking? He was thinking about his result of love affair, that he wanted to love and marry Lydia Languis, and that's why he also compromised with his own identity. He was a respected person in society as a captain in the army, but he played the role of an ensign Beverly, a very small in rank in the army. But even then, after the compromise, he was not successful to win the heart of Lydia Languis, his beloved. At last, he was exposed, and everything came to an abrupt end. So he could not win her heart, and now he has lost everything. So that's why he is unhappy and engaged in his own thought. He is coming to the spot where someone is waiting for him. I did not think her romance could have made her so and absurd either. God's death, I never was in a worse humor in my life. I could cut my own throat or any other person's with the greatest pleasure in the world. He is very unhappy, and he is also distempered. Either he wanted to commit suicide, or he wanted to murder someone else. He is very angry with his own disappointment that he could not win the heart of his beloved Lydia Languis. At the same time, Sir Lucius comes forward and speaks. O faith, I am in the luck of it. I never could have found him in a sweeter temper for my purpose. To be sure, I am just come in the nick now to enter into conversation with him, and so quarrel gently. Sir Lucius goes there. What is his intention? First, to talk to him and enrage him. He is already enraged. So, what happens here? Absolute is not in good temper because he is disappointed, because he has lost everything in love. Even if he has compromised with his life, he also played the role of Ensign Bemerley to win the heart of his beloved Lydia Language, but still then he was unsuccessful. And in that temper he was coming when he was uh, stopped there, and Sir Lucius O'Trigger started talking to him. He thought that it is a good chance to talk to him and enrage him. He was already enraged with himself. So, O faith, I am in the luck of it. I never could have found him in a sweeter temper for my purpose. To be sure, I am just come in the nick now to enter into conversation with him, and so quarrel gently. His intention was not to talk with him, but only just to find out an occasion to fight with him, to instigate him. With regard to that matter, Captain, I must beg leave to differ in opinion with you. In that way, he has started talking with you, that he has something different idea about him. What was the difference? About Lydia Language. On that matter, he wanted to talk to him. Absolute was already distempered. He was not feeling good. Upon my word, then you must be a very subtle disputant, because, sir, I happened just then to be giving no opinion at all. He was committed because he had already lost his beloved, so he was not in a good temper. If he would be enraged, he will be ready to fight with anybody else without asking the name even. That's no reason for give me leave to tell you, a man may think an untruth as well as speak one. Now he starts talking about the matter. Very true, sir, but if a man never utters his thought, I should think they might stand a chance of escaping controversy. The controversy was there on the matter of Lydia Language, and he wanted to talk about him. Then, sir, if you differ in opinion with me, which amounts to the same thing, Absolute, harkye, Sir Lucius, if I had not before known you to be a gentleman, upon my soul, I should not have discovered it at this interview, for what you can drive at, unless you mean to quarrel with me, I cannot conceive. Sir Lucius was talking about the matter of Lydia Language, but as Captain Absolute already was enraged, he was not in good temper. That's why he had no patience to understand what Sir Lucius wanted to talk to him. Because there was no acquaintance between them, he didn't recognize him. So that's why he could not expostulate that what the matter was there with him. Why he was talking like that? Why he is talking about some sort of controversy? What was the controversy? He was not getting it properly. Sir Lucius, I humbly thank you, sir, for the quickness of your apprehension. Bowing, you have named the very thing I would be at. Very well, sir. I shall certainly not balk your inclination, but I should be glad you would please to explain your motives. Finally, he asked the motive. What is your purpose of your talking? What do you want with me? What is the matter with me? Pray, sir, be easy. The quarrel is very pretty quarrel as it stands. We should only spoil it by trying to explain it. However, your memory is very short, or you could not have forgot an affront you passed on me within this week. So no more, but name your time and place. He wanted to fight with him, and he was not ready to disclose the matter. Only just he hinted that you should recollect the occasion, that why I was enraged with you, angry with you, and now there is no need to talk about that further. Just tell me where and when do you want to fight with me. He just wanted to fix this duel without informing the proper purpose behind that duel. Just he expected that he knew everything. But he was not in that situation that he could recollect anything. He was quite clear that he has committed no mistakes with anybody else, so therefore there is no need to fight with anybody else. But still then he was forced that you have to fight with someone. You have committed some mistake. And you should recollect that what was that your mistake. He was unable to recollect any mistake. He had no fight with anybody. He cannot remember it. Well, sir, since you are so bent on it, the sooner the better. Let it be this evening here by the spring gardens. We shall scarcely be interrupted. Because as absolute, he was already distempered. He was not in a good emotion. So that's why he accepted without knowing the purpose, without knowing the reason, that what was the reason behind that proposed fight that he wanted, this person wanted. Because he was not feeling well. He was disappointed because he lost his love, Lydia Langewies. Even then he compromised with his personality. He wanted to conquer the heart of Lydia Langewies, but he was unsuccessful. He failed to win the heart of Lydia Langewies. So now he thinks that there is no life, there is no meaning of life. So therefore he accepted the duel that was proposed by Sir Lucius Otrogor, even without knowing the reason that why this person was angry and why he wanted to fight with him. So that's why as if he wanted to end his life within few days. So that's why he was ready and accepted the duel. And immediately he answered that this evening they should fight. He was ready and fixed the place, the spring garden, where fight should be there, duel should be conducted. Faith, that same interruption in affairs of this nature shows very great ill breeding. I don't know what's the reason, but in England, if a thing of this kind gets wind, people make such a pother that a gentleman can never fight in peace and quietness. Because he is not enraged, he doesn't want to know the reason why he wanted to fight with him. So that's why Lucius thinks that there must be animosity between the fighter. If there is no animosity or hate, how can the fighter will fight? So he is a good person. He is not seeming angry. He wanted to make him angry. However, if it is the same to you, Captain, I should take it as particular kindness if you would let us meet in King's Midfield. As a little business will call me there about 6 o'clock, and I may dispatch both matters at once. But Sir Lucius only wanted to change the place for fighting, as it was suggested by Captain Absolute. He wanted this King's Midfield, where he had already fixed with Bob Acres. So now he invited him in that field, Absolute. It is the same to me exactly. A little after 6, then we will discuss this matter more seriously. But even then, he was ready. Captain Absolute was in not a good temper because he was disappointed with his own life, because he was failed to win the heart of his beloved Lydia Langewies. That's why he was ready to accept any fight on any place. So no matter where the fight is going to happen, he was ready. Yes. Sir Lucius, if you please, sir, there will be very pretty small sword light, though it won't do for a long sword, so the matter settled and my mind's at ease. So with this he exit. So there would be short sword. Sword means just like a big knife, ना कि एक dagger type का तलवार होगा उससे fight होगा. So in that way he fixed the duel between them, and Captain Absolute, without knowing the proper reason, he accepted this fight because he was disappointed. He was failed to win the. So now Falkland, his friend, enters here after the departure of Sir Lucius O'Trigger, that the duel was fixed, and it was fixed according to the wish of Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Absolute. Well, mate, I was going to look for you. Oh, Falkland, all the demons of spite and disappointment have conspired against me. I am so vexed that if I had not the prospect of a recourse in being knocked off the head by and by, I shall scarce have a spirits to tell you the cause. He was already disappointed because he has lost his beloved Lydia Languis. On the second hand, his disappointment also increased due to the peculiar thinking of Sir Lucius O'Trigger, that he did not disclose the matter clearly, that what was the reason to fight with him, but still then he proposed a fight, a duel in a field, but the matter was not disclosed. He was forced, he was hinted to recollect it, but he could not recollect any problem or any mistake that he might have committed, but still then he accepted. So that's why he was in a fix, he was in a great problem, that what to do, how to do. So he was very happy when he met his own friend Falkland, and he wanted to discuss his own problem with his friend Falkland. Falkland, what can you mean? Has Lydia changed her mind? I should have thought her duty and inclination would now have pointed to the same object. He was expecting that what was the matter with Lydia Languis? What happened? The marriage was fixed, or was there any problem? Just as the eyes do of a person who squints, when her love eye was fixed on me, on the other, her eye of duty was finely obliqued, but when duty bid her point that the same way, of the other turned on a swivel and secured its retreat with a frown. He discussed his matter, that Lydia was in love with him when he was a poor person as Ensign Beverley, and they wanted to love and marry each other, but the parents were not ready. But now parents were ready, they were ready to accept this marriage, and they themselves fixed this marriage, but now Lydia is not ready to marry. That was the problem. Now she has developed a frown. It means she is not ready to marry him. But what's the recourse you? What is the reason? Oh, to wind up the whole, a good-natured Irishman here his begged leave to have the pleasure of cutting my throat, and I mean to indulge him, that's all. Secondly, now he is lost. He lost everything. He could not succeed in winning the heart of Lydia Languis. Now second problem, what is? A peculiar person met him, Sir Lucius O'Trigger, and he wanted to invite him for a duel, not knowing the proper reason, and he accepted. That's all. That was the problem. So it means there were two major problems in his life today. First, he lost everything, his love. Second, don't know. Nobody knows that why someone wanted to fight with him, although he hasn't committed any mistake as he remembers. Prithee, be serious. What is the matter? If you haven't committed any mistake, if you have not quarreled with anybody else, then why then you accept this fight, the invitation to fight with someone? It is fact upon my soul, Sir Lucius O'Trigger, you know him by sight, for some affront, which I am sure I never intended, has obliged me to meet him this evening at 6 o'clock. It is on the account I wish to see you. You must go with me. He doesn't know what is the reason behind this fight that is going to happen between him and the unknown person, why he wanted to fight with him. It is not clear. But still he has accepted this duel. He is such a romantic person, such a person that without knowing the reason he was ready to fight with someone. Nay, there must be some mistakes, sure, sir. Lucius shall explain himself, and I dare say matters may be accommodated. But this evening, did you say, I wish it had been any other time? So, why you accepted this fight? What was the reason? First, we should talk to him that what is the reason, why he wanted to fight with you. So, it would be resolved only by talking to them. But why you accepted? And are you ready to go there as it is appointed? Actually, he wanted it to differ. He wanted something else on that evening. But now it seems that Captain Absolute is ready to go there in the evening and fight with him. Absolute. Why? There will be light enough. There will be Sir Lucius also. Be very pretty, a small sword light, though it won't do for a long sword. Confound his long sword. He is ready to fight. Falkland, but I am myself a good deal ruffled by a difference I have had with Julia. My wild, tormenting temper has made me treat her so cruelly that I shall not be myself till we are reconciled. But Falkland has also problem in his life. He has also quarrelled with his beloved Julia Melville. The relation was not working properly. It was itself a problem. So he was not feeling well also. It was the fact that he was not feeling like Captain Absolute. But still he was not happy. So he wanted to settle this with Julia Melville. He wanted to reconcile it with Julia Melville. After that he can help anything. So that was his problem that he discussed. By heavens, Falkland, you don't deserve her. Now he chides him that you don't deserve actually. That Julia Melville is a good girl. You should respect her. She is a true lover, true beloved. At that time, a servant enters and gives a letter to him. Falkland. Oh, Jack, this is from Julia. I dare to open it. I fear it may be to take a last leave, perhaps to bid me return her letters and restore. Oh, how I suffer for my folly. He was very sorry because he himself was the reason of that quarrel. Julia Melville was a good girl and she also loved him sincerely, but because he was always suspicious about his nature and character, so that's why she was angry and she left him. And now she has sent here a letter to him, and he is very much feared, afraid to open that very letter. That what might be written in that letter. Maybe there that she wanted to take farewell. She wanted to return all the letters, correspondence that was made with them. So that may be the reason that he is afraid to open this letter. Absolute. Here, let me see. So Absolute takes the letter and read it. Yeah, a final sentence indeed. It is all over with you, Faith. Nay, Jack, don't keep me in suspense. Now Absolute is reading the letter of Julia Melville. Here then, as I am convinced that my dear Falkland's on reflection have already upbraided him for his last unkindness to me, I will not add a word on the subject. I wish to speak with you as soon as possible. Yours ever and truly, Julia. Simply, the letter doesn't say something peculiar or harsh. Simply, she was disturbed. She felt bad because she has been hurt actually by the talking of Falkland. In the previous scene, we have already observed that he was suspicious, and due to this suspicion, she was angry, and that's why simply she has written this letter to meet him to settle this problem. There's a stubbornness and resentment for you. Why, man, you don't seem one white whit the happier at this. Falkland. Oh, yes, I am, but. Although he was expecting that there must be something harsh or opposite, but there was nothing like that. He was invited by his beloved Julia Melville to talk to him. Oh, yes, I am, but. Confound you, buds. You never hear anything that would make another man bless himself, but you immediately do it. with a but. Falkland, now Jack, as you are my friend, on honestly, don't you think there is something forward, something indelicate in this haste to forgive? Women should never sue for reconciliation. That should always come from us. They should retain their coldness till wooed to kindness, and their pardon like their love shouldn't unsought to be won. He is a different person. Falkland is a different person. He is a good person, but still he has some suspicion on his beloved, that is Julia Millville. But still then, he wanted to settle it, to reconcile with her. So that's why he is happy now, and he wanted to meet his beloved. Absolute. I have not patience to listen to you, thwart incorrigible. So say no more on this subject. I must go to settle a few matters. Let me see you before 6. Remember at my lodgings, a poor industrious devil like me, who had toiled and drudged and plotted to gain my ends, and am last disappointed by other people's folly, may in pity be allowed to swear and grumble a little, but a captious, captive in love, a slave to fretfulness, and him who has no difficulties but of his own creating, is a subject more fit for ridicule than compassion. So with this discussion, he goes from there, absolute. He doesn't know why someone wanted to fight with him, but he is ready to fight with him. So that's why he wanted his friend Falkland to be with him at that fight, and that's why he called him at 6 o'clock in the evening. And now everything is settled with Falkland. It seems that the fight is inevitable. Nobody is going back of that fight. Falkland, I feel his reproaches, yet I would not change this too exquisite nicety for the gross contempt with which he tramples on the thrones of love. His engaging me in this duel has started an idea in my head which I will instantly pursue. I'll use it as the touchstone of Julia's sincerity and disinterestedness. If her love prove pure and sterling, or my name will rest on it with humor, and once I have stamped it there, I lay aside my doubts forever. But if the dross of selfishness, the allay of pride, predominate, it will be best to leave her as to try for some less cautious fool to sigh for. So now exit Falkland. He is a good boy, and he also loves sincerely to that of his beloved Julia Millville. But God knows why he is suspicious and why he always wanted to test the faithfulness of his beloved Julia Millville. She is a sincere lady, and she also loves him sincerely, but always she is tested. Nobody knows why such a person is Falkland. But he wanted to share this news to Julia Millville that he is going to fight, or there may be something with. If she loves truly, sincerely, she will come and she would try to save him. So always he wanted to test his character. Nobody knows why. Such a person is absolute. So here ends this act.